Westborough Varsity High School basketball team for the girls has had an amazing season. With win after win, they have captivated our imagination and those of the young girls and boys in the community.
Good luck, Rangers, in the playoffs! We're rooting for you! Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers! Stay undefeated! Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers!
Today, I got an opportunity to sit down with them and have an informal chat. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Callie. I'm a senior at the high school, and I started playing basketball when I was in 3rd grade, and I'm a 12-season athlete at the high school. I play soccer in the fall, and I also play track or tennis in the spring.
I'm Grace. I'm a senior here at the high school. I started playing basketball when I was in 3rd grade, and I also play volleyball in the fall here.
I'm Kristen. I'm a senior, and I play soccer, basketball, and run track in the spring.
Hi, I'm McKenna. I'm also a senior. I started playing when I was in kindergarten, and I also play volleyball here at the high school.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a freshman, and I started playing basketball in 3rd grade, and I played softball up until middle school.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a junior here at the high school, and I also play volleyball in the fall here as well.
Hi, I'm Annabelle. I'm a sophomore. I've been playing basketball since kindergarten, and I also play volleyball.
I'm Julia. I'm a junior, and I've been playing basketball since 3rd grade, and I also play softball in the spring.
Hi, I'm Erica. I'm also a junior, and I've been playing basketball since 3rd grade, and I also used to play lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a sophomore, and I've been playing basketball since 3rd grade, and I also play lacrosse and soccer.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a junior. I started playing basketball in 3rd grade, and I used to be a dancer up until high school.
Hi, I'm Coach Orlando. I'm the head coach of all these wonderful girls here. This is my 3rd year coaching the girls varsity team. And I also went to Westborough High School. I played basketball starting in 3rd grade, and I played basketball, softball, soccer, and I ran cross country as well in high school. Yeah, 12-season athlete.
Hi, I'm Coach Hutch. I am the assistant coach. This is my 2nd year. I also went to Westborough High School. I think I started basketball in 3rd grade as well, and I also played volleyball here.
Thank you so much. Now that we've got the introductions out of the way, we're talking about this moment, right? Just what does it feel like to be in this moment right now? What comes to you as you look back? What does it feel like to be in this moment? Anyone?
I can start. I'll start. I feel like it's like a really big accomplishment, especially as a senior, because we've been a part of the program for 4 years, and we've come from a losing record in our freshman year and up to only losing 2 games this season so far. So it feels really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anybody else?
I feel a lot of pride because I love and am so proud of each and every one of these girls. We've grown so much, especially like Kristen said, since we were freshmen, we've like put a lot of work into this program, and to be here today, it's like a really awesome, prideful, joyful feeling.
Thank you so much. So, Coach Orlando, like we talked about the moment, and we are up at this heat, and you're looking back at this journey. It's surely not been easy. What is the process? How did you make this formidable combination? Did you always know you had a winning one here? What was the process? What was the process?
I mean, in some ways, some of the prep for this year started 3 years ago when I first took over the program. There was some changes to be made, and there are things that can't be changed overnight. And so one of our focuses was just upping our offense and our shooting. So early on in our first season 3 years ago, we started what's called everydays. And so every day at practice, we dedicate about 8 to 10 minutes of just fundamentals of shooting. I feel like we've really started to see some success this year. And so it wasn't something we were going to necessarily see right off the bat, but it's something that I think has grown and helped this team. We've been putting up some points that we're scoring about 50 points a game, highest in our league, and we're also keeping opponents to about 31 points per game against us, which is also the lowest points against for our league as well. So offensively, I think that's been something that we've been developing for a few years. But I knew I had a great group of athletes this year. We really dug in defensively. I have girls that play 2-3 seasons of sports. So we knew defense heading into our season was going to be something that we could just use as one of our strengths. So we found what we found to be a really good aggressive tight press and some trapping defenses and things that we can have some just great athletes causing some chaos and getting points in transition. And I feel like we play a pretty fun style of basketball. We're able to cause a lot of turnovers. We're able to run in transition. And this group of girls I knew was going to be special. They've worked together and played with each other for a long time. So their chemistry on the court is super obvious because of how well connected they are off the court too. So I definitely knew it was a special group, and Coach Hutch and I are definitely taking advantage of the different strengths that each of them hold and trying to plan practices around getting ready for different opponents and just utilizing all the strengths that each of them have.
Thank you. You have Coach Hutch, anything to add?
Yeah, I just think they're an awesome group of girls. I mean, Coach said mostly I agree with all that. I mean, they just work really hard day in and day out, and they're pushing themselves and each other, and it's just awesome to see. They just work really well together, and we're certainly very, very proud of them and really excited for the next couple of weeks and what's to come.
So you touched upon the fact that they have a great connection even outside the game. It's very obvious when you see them that they play as a team. There's never any selfish play. They always are playing together, and that's refreshing to see. Did you do something in specific to get that team spirit going? And how can, we want to leverage on that? So is there anything that you did in specific for that mental game,
I guess in some ways, Coach Hutch and I tried to give them a space to be able to do some team bonding type things during practice. We definitely lean on these four here, these captains, to help bridge that gap. We're obviously not always we're not the ones hanging out on the weekends with all of them. These are the girls that are making those connections and reaching out to the different players in different grades and helping foster those relationships. So I think a big chunk of that falls on these four right here, of being able to just have that work fun balance in practice, and also continue that relationship with a group chat. They have some silly stuff they do outside of practice, and which is good, and it helps our in practice stuff. But Coach and I have tried here and there too to add some team stuff during practices, and giving them a space to talk and communicate and talk about different goals, but also any setbacks and things. And I feel like they really trust each other, which is we definitely work on a little bit. We do some classroom time as well, so that can help with the on-court relationships.
And it shows. It just shows on the court. So that's beautiful. And you talked about our wonderful four seniors. So we have McKenna, Kristen, Kelly, and Grace. You four. What's your fondest memory of this season? Or a moment that you're really proud of?
Mine is the first Neshoba game, because Neshoba is always a team we had a pretty big rivalry with, and that we haven't beaten in a long time. And when we first played them away, I think it was refreshing to have that win, and I think everyone kind of played up for that game and was excited to win. And then just when we played them more recently at home, I think also everyone felt a lot of everyone was really happy to win that game too, especially since it was closer, but we ended up pulling it out and we all played really well. So those were two games that stood out to me.
Beautiful. Any other memories you want to share?
I would say my favorite memories come from just the little things. So even we all sit together during the JV game and we all talk and hang out and eat. So just the little things like that, just getting to spend that extra time together and just helping each other out with school or just helping each other out with life, and just kind of getting to talk before the game is really, really a good thing that we have, and I think it's really a good memory that I have.
So we had a game against Hopkinton yesterday, and it was like, I think 4 of us on the team have a little bit of a personal vendetta against Hopkinton. Is that the right word? I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah.
You should say why, McKenna.
Oh yeah. So, me, Grace, Emily, my friend Emily, and my friend Annabelle, we played in the volleyball state championship against Hopkinton, and we ended up losing in a really close game. So beating them yesterday, and not only like the 4 of us being really fired up to play, but like the whole team kind of backed us up in that, and the coaches as well. They all felt that fury with us, and I think it showed in our play. Because I think we had like one of honestly the best games of the season yesterday, and especially coming off like our 2-game kind of losing, not streak, but we had just previously lost 2 games.
Yeah.
And so that was like a really fun, good game for us, and I just like really enjoyed playing with everyone and feeling supported by everyone.
For me, one thing this season is a lot of the times when like the 4 of us look back at our previous days all playing together, because we've been playing together for a long time, since 4th grade when we were on, well, even before that, we had like rec teams that we were on together and everything. And so it's fun getting to look back at the Hopkinton game. We remade a photo that we had taken a long time ago, that we had taken in the Hopkinton gym, or in the Hopkinton school, so that was really fun. And then a couple games ago, on our senior night, a lot of the former players who used to play growing up with us came to watch our game too, and so that was like really heartwarming for them to be there, and just really kind of made me like happy to see how far the 4 of us have come, and like that's where we started with all of those girls, so that was definitely like a really heartwarming moment for me.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you. So for all the younger ones, could you list any specific skill that you picked up from your seniors? That, oh, she does this well, I'm going to do something like her. Is there anything that you
Okay, for me, Kristen has always been like a crazy defender, like flying around, getting her hands on every single ball, and that like really like I like kind of look up to her that way. Like I try my best to kind of go out there and like get my hands on any ball I can, and like she really shows like a lot of hustle, and I think we've all kind of took that away.
Beautiful.
For me, Callie's positive energy every time I play with her, it inspires me to just always be as positive as I can. And she's also just going for every ball, no matter where it is. So just like the hard work that she puts in inspires me.
The 4 of them taught me all together, kind of like, they've always kind of like welcomed me into like the program and stuff, and I feel like they've been like super welcoming between last year and this year for me, and it kind of just taught me like reach out to different people and find new friends like out of your comfort zone.
That's beautiful. I love to hear that, because I think as women we should support women. We learn from each other, and when you like something about someone, you say it, you state it, and that makes a lot of difference. So thank you so much for saying that. I know Coach touched upon the fact that you guys are really good athletes, in that you do multiple sports, and some of the reasons I get for not joining the travel basketball is, it's too much of work, like it's juggling so much, and I agree. There is a juggle involved, but then I see you guys, and you guys do multiple sports. You must juggle studies, quizzes, assignments, games, your personal lives, social lives, whatever. What do you do? How do you manage this? Is it just better time management? Do you have like something that you can share with some, so there's another parent that's looking at this and say, okay, it is possible to do these things, all together.
For me, so in the spring, I don't have an official sport I play, but I still have played a sport every spring, because I think playing or getting yourself active is so important for being happier in general. Exercising makes you so much happier and makes you feel better about yourself. And so I think it's so important. So I've chosen to play a sport all 12 seasons, because I think it's so important. And having that athletic piece of your life, I think, makes you a lot more motivated and productive in other areas to get homework done or to go to that club meeting. And so I think athletics, honestly, even though it takes up some of your time, really makes you extremely motivated to get other things done. And then the other thing is, in terms of time management, just to use all of that available time you have. And during the week, sometimes it might be tough because you're doing homework at night and everything, but if you can get homework done before practice, do it. And after practice, you might as well do it right away while you're still like ready to go and motivated. And kind of like work hard, play hard. So when you get the chance on the weekends to really take time to yourself and relax. But I think that sticking with athletics is so important because I think you'll find that you're so much happier when you're active.
I love to hear that. Anybody else?
I was gonna say, like, first I would I would like to say that first, the time and the work put into sports, especially high school sports, is very much worth it. Everything you put into it, it's you kind of get to be with your like friends all the time, which is kind of been my favorite part. And it's like people you can always lean on for if you do get stressed with schoolwork. Like we can always talk to each other about maybe we're stressed about a quiz coming up, and we're always like super supportive of each other in that way. So just having your teammates to lean on and just getting to come into the gym and play maybe when you've had a stressful day is like so worth it to me.
I love to hear that. I'm going to use that answer. I'm going to use all these things. So I think this is the most important question for me because I'm trying to research what goes on here. As in, right around teenage, girls in particular start to drop out of sports. So some of the statistics say that around 51% of teens will drop off sports, by their late teens. That's 1 in 3, that is. I've been trying to understand this, and some people say that because right around middle school, sports become competitive, and not everybody wants to play competitive sport, and some of them for the fun, they can't deal with the pressure of competition, so they don't want to have anything to do with it. Some others will say that, okay, as girls, hitting puberty, maybe, you're on your period, it's difficult to play, and then it becomes a hassle to manage all of that. What do you think? What would you think? Do you have friends who dropped out of sports whom you thought they shouldn't have? What would you say about this whole topic? And coach, please feel free to chime in because this is really very important to us.
So I think our freshman year there was 12 of us. We had 12 girls in our grade playing basketball, and now we're down to 4. But I think what I would tell those girls that chose to take themselves out of it is just do what's best for you, because for some people, basketball and sports in general can be really just kind of mentally draining, and if you really don't think you can handle it and you're not wanting to do it, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a great aspect of your life to have, but it's not like a necessity. I've loved it. I've had some of my best memories in high school. And obviously I never want to see a girl quit their sport, but if that's what's best for you, it's what's best for you. And I think your friends will support you in that. And I think I still keep in touch with each of those 12 girls. So it really is. It's just do what's best for you and what's going to make you happiest.
Would you have any thoughts about this?
I guess more specific, to Westborough High School. I can't really speak on like the statistic of everywhere, but I feel like our school does a really good job of just offering so many different types of like after-school extracurriculars. Like we have an awesome athletics program. We have a fantastic music department. The whole fine arts with the play and all types of our band, chorus, and everything. It's I feel like there's just so many options for kids, and so it's definitely tough when students are involved in multiple things. They can sometimes feel like they maybe have to give somewhere. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it at times here, because we have so many clubs. We do offer so many different opportunities, and I do like to think that a lot of our players if they, choose to maybe stop playing basketball or choose to stop playing another sport. Sometimes it is because they picked up track or they're gonna, try out for the play or they're gonna do something else. And so I do like to think that I try to encourage all my students to stay involved in some way, because I think being involved in finding your niche and having your group just helps you, get through high school, whether that is sports or not. Obviously, I'm partial to the athletics program, so I would love to see as many female athletes and just people in general in whatever sport, like McKenna said, like kind of makes them comfortable and is good suited for them. And so I guess, here luckily we do offer a lot of different opportunities, which is good for everybody.
I think it's hard for girls and young women to kind of like feel supported. Like I think women are brought down so much, and girls especially, like at this age, and I think it's really important for women to be and feel supported, and I think these girls do a great job at supporting each other. And I mean, Coach and I always try to do our best to support them, and we hope they always feel that way. And I think there's just a lot of pressure on women, and there's a lot of like double standards and things like that. And so I think that's hard at such a young age to be able to like manage that. And so these girls are amazing. They do a great job supporting each other, and I think that's what helps keep them going. So
I also feel like if it's something a girl enjoys and she feels like maybe I should stop, like it's so competitive, I'm not as good as the other girls. If it's something you're happy with, just stick with it, because even if you're competitive and you feel like you can be competitive for the team, so like I really want our team to win this game, and you can kind of shift it from yourself to a team competition thing. And as long as you're just like so happy to be there, just stick with it, because even if maybe you're not as good as the other girls, it doesn't matter. Just hang out and work hard and just be happy to be there in general. So never drop something because you feel like you're not as good at it if you're happy with it, because it's just so important if it's something you love, not to let it go because of silly reasons like that.
Absolutely. I think having fun is more important. Like, if you're having fun, then it's always going to be good to play. So we talked about juggling so many things. Somebody else who juggles so many things along with you is your parents. Can you talk to how your parents have supported this journey? What is the craziest time that your parents got up to drop you to an AAU game? How far did they drive?
At least for me, and I know a lot of us have also played AAU basketball, so those were really, really long days. And I remember this one day we had 4 basketball games in one day.
Wow.
We actually ended up winning the championship for that tournament, but I just remember like our parents just being at every single game, even if we did have 4 games in one day, and they would be just as loud as the first game, and we would always like go out to dinner afterwards, and they would take care of us, and
Beautiful. Anybody else has any parent stories? Yeah?
Okay. I also know a lot of us have had our parents as coaches when we were younger. So specifically, like my dad has been our as coach all of us in like summer ball too, which is really fun, and it's nice to know that they're there to support us. And I think we all, like on senior night too, when they all came out to greet us when our names were called, I think it was just really nice, like looking up into the crowd and like seeing them like walk out towards us and knowing that they're like always there for us if we need them there.
So my dad was also a coach. He coached us more. Kristen's dad was more kind of like the town coach, and then my dad was like our AAU coach on the team that we all played on. So that was one thing. I think being coached by your parent or being supported by your parent in that way is just like something you can't really replace. Also, I think it's really fun that having your parent as a coach and having your parent around at all your games to see the relationships they form with your friends. Like my parents, I have some funky parents, but like they love Kristen, Grace, and Callie specifically, and all of them like their own daughters, because we've just grown up together and they've been around each other for so long. Like I know my mom and Grace are like best friends.
We text.
Yeah, they text each other all the time. I know Kristen too. They text all the time. Like it's just like cool to see like the relationships that your parents form with your friends too through sports and stuff.
Beautiful. You've had so much success and hardly any, missteps and a loss here or there. But how do you handle losing a game? What do you tell yourself? How do you continue to stay motivated in the game when, say for example, the calls are not going in your favor, you feel like it's tilted, you're not playing your best game today, your shots are not dropping. What do you tell yourself? How do you get out of that space and kind of like go in the other direction?
I think that we've just committed ourselves when we're in like a tough situation to just be ourselves and play our own game. And I feel like we've never really deviated from that, even when we've been down. And I think that's really helped us.
I also think we have this kind of like team motto that's like control what you can control, which is like you can't control the refs or like what the other team's doing, but we control like our hustle or like our defense and how much we're pushing ourselves and how we're treating our teammates. So I think that's been really important this season, and just like being positive towards our teammates and always hustling when we can.
Anything else, guys?
I think like the energy, we always pick each other up if if someone's having a bad game or if as a team like we're missing shots. Between like the bench energy, we really bring that, and on and off the court, we're really supportive of each other.
Beautiful.
And like going off of that, you don't see if someone misses a shot, you don't see any of us going, why would you take that shot? Like yelling at each other. Like if someone misses a shot, we all make mistakes and we all make a point to say, good job, keep shooting, you'll get the next one. And I think that really helps us too.
And also like I see you guys talk to each other. Sometimes it's like everybody's doing their own thing, and other grades that I've seen. So that's beautiful. We're gonna do a little trivia. We'll make it light now. I know you guys wanna get home. So, any rituals before the game? Any rituals? Pre-game rituals?
For home games, whenever we leave the locker room, we hit the top of the door frame before we leave, and then.
Oh, you're letting out a secret now.
Sorry. And like that's just something that we do for like all of our home games.
I'll say.
Easy one, Lily. What in your gym?
Wait, Kristen had one.
Also, before all the games, Kate has a pen in her bag.
We found it in Shepherd Hill.
Yeah, and me and this other girl on the team, Anna, who is sadly not here right now. Kate draws smiley faces on the back of our necks, which is just kind of like a fun. Which is just kind of like a fun team thing we do.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's go stuff now. What in your gym bag might surprise people? Anybody has some crazy stuff in their gym bag?
I keep a crazy amount of lotion because the winter is some dry months, so I like to keep the team moisturized.
True, everyone goes together.
I always keep spray deodorant in my bag, and like before our game, like pretty much the whole team uses it every time. So if you want to be super popular, bring the spray deodorant because everyone will want it.
Very true. I also have the spray deodorant, and it's used. Both of ours are used by the whole team. Yeah. I also normally am the one that's carrying all of the food. So I always
Erica brings the snacks.
I bring the snacks, so like especially for away games, I make sure when we're on the bus home that everyone's fed and that's
All right, favorite NBA, WNBA, college basketball players. Let's go.
Paige Beckers.
I like her too. Oh yeah.
Diana Taurasi.
All right.
Steph Curry. Yeah, true.
All right. Last question, mostly for yourself, Coach.
Okay.
Most of the girls played on WYBA. They're WYBA alumni. What can the community do more to support you or the team? How can we do anything that could help you in the process of building the team? Like, what would you tell parents of younger kids?
Yeah, just stay involved and stay playing basketball. The more you develop your skills when you're younger, the better off. You have better habits when you're older, and when they get up, to our level, that they have like a good foundation, and that they're hopefully loving the sport. And yeah, we love seeing the crowds come to our games, and like on senior night, we saw like a bunch of the younger players there watching us, and I'm sure they remember, being those players coming to watch games, and so having the support of the community in that way, I think, is awesome as well. We love seeing them in the fans and being here, and interacting with camps over the summer. Like a lot of these girls will volunteer and be camp counselors, and we run the summer camp at the beginning of the summer, and that's always a great opportunity for them to get to know some of the younger players, and then the younger players always look up to them as coaches too. So that's always a fun experience.
Thank you. We have a few things we wanted to show you that the community gave.
Oh, thank you.
Mine made this art for you.
Oh, wow.
So girls, we got all the WYBA girls too outside. So this one just melts my heart. And I know that's not the obvious thing, but good luck for
We look so good.